say a Tom Ribia in politics, Nyan said, you know, Ivan became a force, especially people outside the country, no, will always want to listen to where His Excellency Akufo-Addo was taking Ghana to. You know, I think I'm not here to do lobbying for him, but appointing authority, we have to a bit open their eyes. Ramford, I say so because you see, there are people they became the life wire for the victory. And reward must be given to the reward is due. Take it or leave it. And for me, on any day, Ivan was one of the life wire. He became a critical voice in analysis, in commenting. And these things were done from his pocket. Ofila should be never how.
Yeah.
You know, so let us see to reward people a big ginger the forward march of the cause of the party. Having said that, and for me, I've also said, person living with disabilities, I always say,
I think that as I'm not B.O.T. kind of many than I you until they are all coming in a no. And you know, is this the other side way? So people should know. Yes. From the beginning, those times on our platform to platform. It's been a long time. Yes.
Obiahuno. Ajuma mi no no bi anim.
Yeah.
You know. Ode mani nwie.
Whatever we are.
But me person man we come with you come with you man. No. Come as you know. Now, so run for the intro aspect.
Near bit my economy Nigerian ye, or the name the former concern number. Say omonye stakeholder engagement. Now omo frefre and crofon transi. They the best way economy bit for journals because in name economy the call elections more 20 year 24. I feel so creditors almost here. Yaka sesenki tuano 2025 ye to be asheda and they call next year. You share the good and the bad as far as Sanima are concerned.
The decay, Mamenka said, to a certain extent, you might want to say it's a good step because it gives you a certain space, but and also show the extent of economic situation in Ghana at this point in time. Prior to the elections, and I think now most of the argument that we were making, a center on the current state of Ghana's economy. Kwanya abanya faswa bobu siasebi all the warning signs were quite clear. So Ghana was descending into the abyss, but these people ain't ready to listen to any of the reasonable analysis in semana manfoka. So I'm also bobusiano boya could do a pointer. Now we need to say throw your hands in air and say hey, we've given up, we can't service our debt. But watching my room said answer na COVID World Bank country director sounded the alarm bells at Ghana your debt, looking at the trajectory and your corner. Your debt and you're sustainable, and that we needed to do something to remedy the situation. But you play politics with it. What is a finance minister a press conference? A bastardize can send COVID by post COVID, and I who say indeed Ghana economy was really in a shithole because na Jumadia na abanya fato no hodena and say on the abosiana na obo. They were not even focused on generating money internally. Homegrown policies na say nkeba sabe betimi complemented those little things na be and outside, those things were nil. So the whole concentration was focused on say yam bobosia and kenoforata fato no so within a short period of 4 years. Now the gentleman alone I go into the bond market I could raise over $11.2 billion aba krom say it trigger a whole lot of conversation. COVID buyer, a husika buyer. Then subsequent to that, now there was no way between a carbon and the funny aspect of it is that do you know say post-COVID, Ghana is the second country to declare bankruptcy after Zambia. At Sambreno, na ya dodge common framework initiative post-COVID. World Bank ne IMF kabom ka say okay, COVID aba ye name the impact. So some of the countries now move facing debt distress, Momra na mo enter into this common framework. IMF ne those countries negotiate on our behalf. And these countries will negotiate on our behalf. Sabeya your creditors will give us a breathing space because omunu COVID and the impact. You say a proud nation. Yade young because people will say epic women the idea so we didn't go until abra ya call 2022 say ya call raise Eurobond to be one more cast that is when Kenoforeta saw the need say encore but that dana ya shut it door no then we needed to use other means to enter and this agreement here ya can one semene a part of the common framework initiative ya kofa window no the agreement not proud to say IMF sika no beba no. Now that discussion was going on, but it has been formalized. So it's a discussion that has been going on for so long. And you formalize it through this, your friend saying, MOU understanding with our creditors and so forth. But the funny aspect of it is that and resolving the issues, all the issues, because official creditors committee, Ghana, this time round, bilateral. Your friends say creditors. Yeah. The Paris Club, China, multilaterals, and other commercial space.
Yes.
There are about 25 countries, and the idea of Mocha in this particular way, involved because the Paris Club, and I think that the amount is somewhere around $1.9 billion. China is 1.7. The multilaterals in the 8.1, and then the other commercial entities in the 3.2, and the idea of Mocha. And yes, Eurobond. Or they are commercial creditors, more or less like private institution within a commercial space. Yes. Different from way. So when you are negotiating with the creditors, different from your friend is saying, Eurobond, because Eurobond, no floating bond, private individuals as for bonds and as for so this discussion, 2.8 billion relief for this year. No, I feel that I buy some back to us. None that your friend saying Uncrofono, so what kind of letter no anymore? Bet you say Sassicano say around $2.7 billion. In the coming months, you bet me a baggy agreement now, which means a side and side, Nini more be and I think this particular way, a step in the right direction. Maybe this agreement will inspire those on the other side to also agree with us. No more that particular briefing space and be able to move on. Because until that is done, I'm telling you that there is nothing we can do as a country. Because I will have the amount of money I say the service your debt. Senka Sanyama way you watch Sika Jino Chrome when you are coming to a cow. Sika Jino Chrome when you are now beside say crime ban a new government and all be faso abayan say but American when government changes like this, there is a goodwill. Emma, some investors confidence in that kind of hope. So okay, there is a new regime this time round. No, we hope that they will do things differently. Sabaya, Nema Ebekoye, and I think that it is at the back of that particular your friend is saying hope, and some of these creditors are coming on board. I more agree with new government hoping say the initiatives na for my yedi go akwamu enti and at this particular committee I can't want to President Mahama set up in. The sole focus should be on homegrown policies in the initiative. A bit me still for economic growth internally. Sebaya your reliance on young Kobobusiano, ever cut it short because on my beer niwa o Bobusia gidigidi a would be ye. Ya Mobusiam fine ye. Anna o Bosiam. Nase, where I just say you can borrow yourself out of a debtor. Nasa be as a winning the way. Because you can't borrow to service a debt and no such things will get. No, we need to institute proper economic measures. Ebe focus on yen kasa how ebe timia turn things around. Ebe who say enema koye. Because there be a meye analysis. I tell people say there are countries on why yes nema we yamana ye. So why can't we do the same thing? If I take you back 50 years ago, you know that China was one of the poorest countries. Or Tanzania, who said I have the numbers, I can leverage my numbers for economic growth. Because Tanzania, who said numbers no, even America quite different. Yeah. And this is a phone, I have a lot of people to buy my phones than America. Just imagine say Obia a ton away there. Then currency na devalue and I use no. Or not sure that devalue there. B.O.T, you can check Chinese yuan as compared to your friend saying American dollar. And do to China, when you see can into iPhone. That is a fact. Because the dollar, in terms of dollar win, amount of money ube here and what you converted to get $1,000 to buy iPhone, no, you need to be a billionaire. And you need smartphone. So the only option you have is to buy from China. When you buy, the economy grow. And that is what they are doing. And this, your friends say cars, yeah, by issue. Your friends a battery. I'm friend saying this green cars here by electronic vehicles, you know. Chinese companies are producing, and over amount, you know, compared to American winner, you have no other option than to buy from your friend the local industries. One, a creative job opportunities, a stable economic growth. So these are initiatives. China, Tanzania, who say me and Kasa, I can turn my fortunes around based on my number and make sure say me and Kasa may be by Hano. You take for foreign goods and that kind of import, you know. It's the reason why we are here. Because in the pottery industry, we carry money to go outside and import and cocoa funuba kroma man for by way. Yet kroma ekra more as at 2022. Yet the over your friends saying $500 million echo abontin koto a more 512. Eba kroma say one country your friends at Thailand and kwaji over $200 million from Ghana. Now such a country, how can you survive? So this whole initiative, new policies, economic recovery program, BRNO, must focus on say locally, industries will work again, agriculture will come to life again. Now there are near ya won yanka se betimi turn into finished good. Na ya yetimi aye how we betimi feed ya ho. Na sa reliance ya disika kokra near no eso katia. Trust me, the economy will bounce. But anya sa na be business as usual said the esikoya the aka nyina ba kasa aban will come and talk, nothing will change because at the end of the day these things grow economy. Very often we do a very narrow argument. We justify aban ba wafa teacher for or by wafa nurses wafa doctors. My culture say sa nyuma no yemfa grow economy. What nurses, doctors and teachers offer the fence saying third person services. And I say because teachers are there to teach the workforce, to equip them with knowledge and the requisite experience needed at the job market. Nurses are there to ensure that the job market workforce will get healthy. Security are there to provide your friends a safe environment for them to work. So if you don't have the workforce, as because you need a workforce that will work day and night to ensure something will grow out of the economy. And to those numbers, those arguments, you can't make it anywhere and say, yeah, buy your fat nurses, yeah, buy your fat doctors. Those were not important there, but they do not grow economy. So I think that the focus should be on industries, agriculture sector. How do we incentivize young people and ensure we provide them with the machinery and the necessary tools farming and as for in a larger scale. A place like California, one person over thousands of acres and as for the machines and as for, and these are rich people outside. So why can't we do the same here when we have lands and then as for them? Yet the crewman and recently tell your politics and people are bold enough to say masi hostel a makaya ye for my yesia makaya ye for na bisan say kaya ye a bad a byproduct of a staggering unemployment situation that young people are facing in the north. So why don't we focus on addressing those challenges, making sure that young people will have something doing rather than coming here to do kaya ye na mum yakosi hostel amom so monko dem na omodi omo life aro so mon kaya ye. You see, these things we cannot continue. So I think anema we are course within the economic space should give us a reason to know over the years path na yenam so no affiliate. And we cannot continue this trajectory because there is absolutely nyansa sembia no how dey ya bobosia to the sense that the last time almost somewhere I think July 2024 now your debt and over 722 billion Ghana cedis. Now we say how sustainable and this at some point in time IMF no World Bank projections it was around 100 and over in terms of our debt to our GDP. Ya betena say na ya kofa sa numbers we nyina na ya ba we you say na ya kan na ya twa ho hia na ya ko. I don't know the real issues na da ho na ya say ya kan ho asem na ya nka ene. So we have proper economic analysis. We don't even use GDP anymore because GDP no give you a friend saying some kind of a wider view of economy inside the city. That is why a man for are dwelling on things like a friend is saying human development index and then as a form because I don't know it focus on individuals. One kasa things like literacy, things like lifespan, how healthy you are, these things. Because these are things that measure the panankasa, it give you credible data about how people are feeling within the country. Not GDP. GDP there, some of the things now, how do we even benefit? Because if you go to the larger economic space in this country, the goods and services that are produced in this country, and most of the companies that are doing major transactions in this country are foreign companies. At the end of the day, the monies they gain don't even stay here. So when you do the larger computation in terms of GDP, you have figures. At the end of the day, take out MTN, then you free. You vote that from the free. You South African companies, now you those Indian companies, transact because they are the big businesses in this country. Now, because locally, yeah, they send it here. So I think that even that one, the focus should also be on the locally. Your friends have manufactured in the way your space, Now you how the economy is really doing well and the impact it has on our people. Because our company, I don't know the day they take all their monies outside.
Foreign dominance,
Exactly.
I can't be down my economy.
Yes, young crew for they don't go and do business.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
South Africa there.
Now, no crack on this saying.
Yes.
Now the business
South Africa for how mu be more akese na se for ye nam ne yeti sorry oko US okwa na okwa school dan na okwa han ne team
na ba so do
na de ni chesensem hunu nko a amam for baha omo be a big business and we also you see your work ethics we need to change and realign them. Unia there was a time I me call more bi wo your friend say Junction Spinters Road so B.O.T do you know say eduru Sunday na ebumi mama for tade.
Okay.
There was a time anopa Sunday anopa me se me pe aduro ato or drugstore. Trust me, the whole community, not a single drugstore was open. Obi atum so kwa sorry. So when you live in a society and people have that sick mentality, that country will never grow.
And I just say yenya SD4. So be into SD4 no Sunday anopa.
No, they're even going to church for Catholics, for instance, early morning. By 8 signs no apple. Sorry, then as a form. What I say, you see, these are some of the things that we are new goods and man. But the same people go to UK and as for quarter on them 1 hour. They can the quack and Juma pen $1 and then as for. So work actors in that kind of near money in I see a near to me to na who say a Jumana no. That is a productive output in as a forum. I'm not sure say it's not room ha. You bet me I gauge a juma ye. Then the productive way returns a yenya. But no, the amount of money you push it into some of these enterprises in as a forum is so huge. So another day, it's like the country is running at a loss. We are not gaining anything. That is why there are always gaps for us to look for money to finance. Now, my yeti. Budget kra ye ka ho asem afibia no there is a gap to be financed. Sometimes 50 million, sometimes 200 in as for them. These are some of the conversations that I think we need to activate as people.
Okay.
Now you who say you reposition a country in terms of economic trajectory in the path I am so now you turn things around. So industries and that's dominated the conversation.
Okay.
This is the only way to turn Ghana's economy around industries.
Okay.
I even make sure say there are production day, night, a month for a year, Juma, year, Koba. That is the only way. They can politics. Obi I can't just ignore. That is the only way. Now you make sure say major production hub. I will come here a month for air toya and kasa ye nema ya ye produce na sika esa kwa bonte so better. That is the only way you can turn the economy around.
Okay, Ivan Medase messages kakra ha Paul D say RKB, B.O.T, and Ivan, you guys are too much. Mesham live from Enzema, Aye Kikam. Elembele district. Marcus Techi born in 70 amam. Samuel Okran said, B.O.T, I agree with you 100%. With a question, I was there with you. Question are the chief.